Respect to Becky.
Yeah, I mean, she's had a tough journey and she's continued to work hard. She's got a great support network around her and she knows what she still wants to achieve.
Well, the first two finals this afternoon are the men's vault and the women's beam. We're going to start with the vault, and British lads Harry Hepworth and Jake Jarman have both qualified in the top three. Harry wasn't feeling great. He was unlucky not to get a medal actually in the floor final, but I mean, Jake's got a really good chance to try and retain that European title here, Gianni.
Yeah, I mean, they're both, you know, Jake's current European vault champion. He has a fantastic opportunity. He qualified in second. It will be about, you know, he's got a nice Dragolescu, which we know he can land on his feet, but really it's 3.5 twists that he needs to try and nail today. Yeah. That will be the big one for him.
He's going last. Do you think he'll do it? Because he's going to have the opportunity to see the other vaulters go, so whether or not, you know, how difficult he goes.
I think he has to. I think with the level of competition out there today, I think he has to leave it all out there. He has to go for broke.
Yeah. And also the other final that we're going to be seeing, Beth, is of course the women's beam. Jessica Gadarova is preparing for two finals today. The first one is going to be beam. She's the highest qualifier for both floor and beam. How much will floor, the next final, be weighing on her mind now?
She'll be focusing solely on beam, get that routine done, and then you can start kind of focusing towards the next apparatus. You do have a bit of time to go away, kind of gather your thoughts and get ready for the next apparatus.
Two Brits in this final as well. Ondina Champon, she got a silver at the last European Championships, and she's going to be able to put all that experience that she got in that busy year and marry it with all the training and go out there and have another really good go at a European medal, Gianni.
Definitely, you know, qualifying in 4th place should give her loads of confidence. Being a silver medalist already on beam, again, she knows she's capable of doing that, so hopefully she can just go out there, have fun and enjoy that moment, and if she does that, I think the result will come.
Well, let's see what happens. It's over to Craig Heap and Christine Still in the commentary box.
And we are ready for the first exercise on beam, representing Romania.
First onto the beam, representing Romania, is Amalia Giorgorata, just 16 years of age.
And cleanly through the opening leap series. All these gymnasts qualified here at the top 8. They had to perform really well in qualification to make this, and that was a beautiful acrobatic series, the backflip and layout somersault. She's got good pace to the routine. Super height on the front somersault. Have to be very precise with all the movements. And there's her 2 leaps, her leap series. Gymnasts have to include 4 requirements, that's one of them. Good work, low to the beam. Very smooth. And you have to include a spin, and this counts as your spin, even though it's a double spin. It fulfills the requirement. Eight moves the gymnasts add together to give their difficulty score. It has to include the dismount, so you need a big dismount, and this will be double flip, double tuck. That was a super opening routine.
Great start to this women's beam final. Fantastic to see Romania back in the mix. Strong tradition on this piece of apparatus, going back to the great Catalina Ponor, who no doubt will be watching on from home. And a very assured performance, Christine.
Yeah, very nice, well choreographed. Good dismount. Like I say, the dismount has to be added into your difficulty score, and there's bonuses if you do the 2 flips into the double back. So good start for the beam final. You always want that because it sort of ricochets through the other
Absolutely,
gymnasts.
We want to see 8 clean beam routines.
Now we're off to vault for the men. Igor Radzivilov from Ukraine, the opening vaulter. They have to do 2 different vaults. If they want to be in contention, they need to be 2 big vaults.
Well, Olympic medalist in 2012, over 11 years ago, has been European champion twice, 2020, 2021, and such a powerful vaulter. Look the way he attacks. Wraps in the handspring, double front with a half turn. Dragulescu, that's how you do it. Great opener, Chris.
Well, what a fantastic vault. He didn't qualify top of the pile, and of course gymnasts from Ukraine have had a very tough time with training, but this is a super vault. Really, I love the technique on that, the way he drives off the top. You see, he doesn't tuck until he's pushed off the top. He hits the platform, up he goes, then he tucks, then he kicks out into the half turn to finish.
Interesting, this gymnast was one of the gymnasts, well, the only gymnast to try and perform a handspring triple front somersault. I think it got banned because it was such a dangerous vault, but you can see the height he blocks up the top. And he has quite an interesting run-up with very straight arms.
Yep, not so orthodox, but it just shows you as long as you get down there fast, that's what's needed. 14.9, his opening vault. That's going to take some beating, but of course the second has to match it. Second vault, Igor Radivilov. 14.9 for his first.
Well, if he can match that, he'll certainly get a medal. He has been renowned for a bit of inconsistency. 30 years of age, the oldest in this vault final. But it'd be big. The double pike Sukahara, that was 2 good vaults. Fantastic, Radivilov. Well done. The bar has been set, Chris.
And it's been set pretty high. So the turn on to the platform, the block up, 2.5 somersaults. Amazing, and what precision from that. I'm really delighted for him.
Pick up a 0.1 just for hopping to the zone. But apart from that, very good. Gia Gorata, 12.9. Seemed a bit of a low score, that, Chris, actually.
Well, they're holding these scores very tight indeed. She didn't get into the 8s for execution. That means they took off more than 2 marks in execution, in small mistakes. They do give quite a lot of marks for artistry on beam as well.
So, for Great Britain, first time out in these apparatus finals, big prospect for a medal. Ondine Champon to the beam.
Beautiful mount. Very elegant gymnast. Super free walkover, links very nicely to her 2 jumps. That's a bonus. And here's the big acrobatic series. She needs to focus, keep square. A flip, a layout, a second layout. Well saved, just the tiniest of wobbles. Oh, well done. Free cartwheel straight into the change leg to ring. These are all the bonus points that you gain by linking elements together. And the section low on the beam. She's very fluent, very supple. The judges want to see the gymnast moving all the time. That's her spin. It's a difficult spin, gets lots of marks, but is quite difficult to perform. And the split jump to ring. The small sideways section. Gymnasts have to travel sideways along the beam as well as backwards and forwards. Now, 10 seconds to dismount. Has to be precise. 2 flips, 2.5 twists. She is just a little hop on dismount. That was a very good routine from Ondine.
Well, 13.3, 6.6 in qualification for 4th place. Took a silver medal at the European Championships last year. And a little bit of a wobble early on, but did so well to stay on the beam. Beautiful dismount, the 2.5 twist. Such accuracy, great spatial awareness.
So second vault for Radivilov, 14.6, giving him a 14.75 average. Now that is going to be tough to beat. Everybody knows they're going to have to be at their absolute best if they want to match that score or better it. And Harry Hepworth for Great Britain, his second final. Worked great on floor yesterday.
Another powerful, efficient volte. The Dragulescu, double front with a half turn. Just that little hop back, but lovely transfer of height and momentum. Well in the mix with that.
Well, it might have had a little hop back, but that was because it had plenty of flight and height and energy. He powers down that runway, gets the feet into the board fast, blocks right up 2.5. You know it's a good fault that you have to hop backwards. You might lose a 0.1 for hopping, but they know it was a vault with great flight.
Yeah, 15.6 the vault's out of. I'd say probably lose a 0.3 for that hop back, but great alignment. It's going to be very difficult to split these vaulters. It's about the consistency of the two, but he's well in there. Nervous wait for Ondine, but should certainly go into first place.
Depends a bit on what they counted for Ondine. Oh, 14.766. You're right, Craig. It was costly, that hop backwards.
It wasn't that bad if you think that Radivilov nailed a landing for a 14.9. Let's see how we can motor on the second vault. Another powerful approach. Watch this, wraps in. Oh, well, what a shame. Straight front, the 2.5 twist. He was going for broke.
Well, that was a big, big vault. Had he landed, it would have been a big score. But he just ran out of a little bit of air time. Super shape in the air. And you could see just wasn't quite round. I think he caught his ankle slightly there.
Big score, Ondine, a Champon, 13.533. Better than qualification.
5.9 in difficulty. That meant they counted everything. That was a tremendous score for Ondine.
Next onto the beam for Italy. Alice D'Amato, qualified in 6 with a 13.033.
Lovely change leg mount. Nice front somersault. These gymnasts are so powerful. They can front somersault. This is not a sprung beam. Very good on the back flip and layout somersault. Secure on the leap series. A lot of the gymnasts doing fairly simple leap series in order to make sure they count. And the change leg to ring, takes the head back, loses sight of the beam, so that's extra difficult. And also very confident on those 2 jumps straight after the free walkover. The squat spin. Good. Nice straight leg, the free leg. She's got good rhythm. And fulfilling all the requirements. It's pace and rhythm the judges want. Needs that big dismount, super 2.5 twist. Well, these gymnasts really are going for broke today. That was a very positive performance from D'Amato.
Bronze in the all-round. Gold in the bars final. Also a floor final to come next, alongside Jessica Gadarova. Harry Hepworth scores a 13.999 as the average of the 2 vaults. So Igor Radivilov leads with 14.75 on vault. Sebastian Grauski, Poland now.
This lad's got some shoulders on him, so I expect plenty of power from the vault. Here we go. 5.2. Oh, huge handspring, double front somersault, but not the kick out I was expecting actually. Landed quite low.
I think he had an inch to spare though, with a mat there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's capable of the mid-14s.
Yeah, he just tucked this a little bit early, I think, before the heels were right, driven forwards. And did he have an inch to spare?
I think he,
I
well,
would say a centimetre.
half an inch,
Yeah.
old money.
He went absolutely for height, didn't he? You've got to get the mixture of rotation and height correct. And he blocked and just went up, 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 a little short on rotation. And
He just didn't have the kick out for the double front. You need that little bit of a kick out so you can spot the landing.
13.9. penalty. He didn't have an inch to spare. Vault number 2. Another 27-year-old from Poland. He was the 6th highest qualifier.
Interesting, the second vault was more difficult than the first in qualification. It's normally the other way around, so a little bit more difficulty. Here we go. Oh, well, what a shame, because that was a much better start to the vault. The double pike Sukahara, hips just back on the landing. There's only one way to go, and that's what makes that vault so difficult. And as we saw at the start from Radivilov, that's how you do a double pike Suk.
he's a real classic performer, isn't he? Like, he blocks off here absolutely straight and then puts the double pike in, which, if you're talking about pure technique, is probably the best, but also very difficult to land.
A 13.3 for Alice D'Amato.
Yep, just 5.5 on difficulty, so she was 0.4 down on difficulty to Ondine.
Ondine leads then on 13.533. Alice D'Amato, 13.3. Manila Esposito, second at the Italian Championships.
Love that mount, the round off flip, layout into flip. It starts the routine off with such energy. And she's controlled that well. The acrobatic move into the leaps. Oh, and the triple spin. Each spin you do increases the difficulty. Unusual move for on the beam, the Valdez, but very good way to get up. She's super supple in these jumps. The change leg into the split jump half turn. Confident in the free cartwheel. Just a little bit slower in pace than some of the gymnasts. And the judges will sometimes deduct for that. But here the big dismount comes. Easy double pike. That was a very good routine. Very good indeed. You can see she's absolutely delighted.
And she's just 16 years old.
Yeah, nice clean routine. She had 5.6 on difficulty in qualification, so she's a good chance to contend. Beautiful dismount, plenty of height, wraps in 2 somersaults in the pike position.
Koronsky scores 13.633. He's in third. Radivilov still leading with an average score of 14.7. Arta Davtyan of Armenia. He's the highest qualifier, world champion. Never had a European title. Could this be his year?
Well, he's super consistent with these two big vaults. Dragulescu again, double front with a half turn. This has become quite a common vault now, but hugely difficult. That little hop back, I'd say that's probably a 0.3, so it'd be similar, I would say, score to Hepworth. So it'd be 14-8-ish.
Well, this is the main challenge for Great Britain's Jake Jarman, and you can see why.
And he's actually, I think in competition, that's the first time I've seen him hop back even. He's usually so secure on that landing, but it is a fabulous high vault. But chest was down a little bit today, not quite as strong as I've seen in the past.
Yeah, and you can see why this is a bit of a favoured vault for the gymnast, because normally if you just do the double front somersault, you're landing blindly. We've seen you've got to know when to kick out, but these gymnasts, when you do the half out, whether it's 1.5, 2.5, half in that, you get a chance to spot the floor. So even though it's a more difficult vault, it's good to land.
14-9, so it matches Radivilov's score of 14-9, the highest vault score of the day. He's got another, and this is the key with vault. Both are averaged, so it's not who can post the highest score, it's all on what happens here. You'll know it's within reach.
Well, second vault scored higher in qualification. Remember, it's two different vaults, just like the women. Or styled vaults. Again, another powerful attack, wraps in the 2.5 twist. Now, that's what Harry tried, and that's how you do it.
Well, that was an absolute masterclass in how you perform that vault. My word, he's had a World Championship title. He's won silver and bronzes at the Europeans, but never a gold.
And interestingly, this was the vault he used in his all-round competition. So he obviously feels more confident that this is the vault he can land all the time. And it's so clean, isn't it? Like 2.5 twists, flares the arms out to make the landing. It's not a question of the floor hitting him.
I mean, where do you deduct from here then, as the judges?
Well, where do you? Because it's beautifully done.
Well, they just like deducting for the sake of it at times, I do think. I mean, because it's a 15-6, it should go above 15, but you're right. Where's he lost the other half mark? We talk about the double front half turn, his chest was down. His chest completely level vertical with the vault.
Esposito scores a 13.7 and goes into the lead on beam. Ondina Champon currently in second. Davtyan, 15.033 is the average. He scored a 15.166 for that vault. Well, what a big score for Jake Jarman to try and match and beat. 15.033 leads the vault field. And here is Sani Huevas, European champion back in 2018, an Olympic champion back in 2016, a world medalist as well. 31 years old, she'll be putting all of that experience into this routine. Try and medal for the Netherlands. Sani Huevas.
Very well into that opening series, the flip, mount into the immediate jump full turn. Not so full of acrobatics this, but full of difficult spins. That was a beautiful double spin with the leg held at horizontal. But she has to have an acrobatic series, and this has eluded her in the past sometimes. Not today. Very nicely through the free cartwheel flip. A mature gymnast who really does perform with the apparatus here. Very fluent, every step important, and immediately into the free walkover. The judges penalise heavy pauses, so this routine is particularly going to score well because she hasn't stopped moving yet. She stands up and moves immediately into the next section. And here we go, one spin. 2 spins, 3 spins, and a leap. Fantastic work, very original. And runs into the dismount, the full twisting straight gainer. That was a fantastic routine.
Well, Esposito leads the beam final with 13.7. That's the score for Sanny Webers to beat.
I think that's one of the best we've seen from her for a while, Christine. This middle, well, latter part of the routine shows such control. Twisting one way, then the other, then again. And I think she just said to herself before the dismount, come on, you know, she's got this. And yeah, that was remarkable composure.
You need such body control for that sort of work, much more than for throwing a round off layout.
Yeah.
Well, what about this lad, Adam Azil? Gold in the all-around, gold on rings. In front of this home crowd, he is having a golden championships. And watch the power. He scored a 15-1 with one of his vaults in that all-around competition.
Well, this is phenomenal opening vault. Watch this. Double pike front somersault, half turn. We've seen 3 guys done it in a tuck position. He's just gone and nailed it in the pike. Phenomenal. And this guy's about the same height as the vaulting platform. He really is a powerhouse of vaulting. That's probably be the top score, I would think. It's whether the second vault can equal that.
Well, I mean, the highest score we've seen down the vault runway today is the 15.166. That was Dab Chan's second vault. Huge. I mean, that is the definition of power, Chris.
Oh, it is. And look, he meets the platform, blocks immediately. Double pike, no question that his knees are bent. Big step back, but it's, you know, when you've got your legs straight, you travel so much slower through the air than when your knees are tucked up. That's why it's tariffed higher.
Well, I'll take that back. It won't be the highest score because I've just seen that in the replay. I think you lose 0.3 for that big step back. But fantastic vaulting.
15.166. It matches the highest score we've seen today. But as we keep saying, this vault final is all about the average of the 2 vaults. So my word, the pressure's on here. Can Adam Azil get another? Well, can he get another medal? Can he get another gold?
Well, he had a 4.8 difficulty on his second vault in qualification, so unless he does something hugely different, it's going to be a big ask.
The hopes of Turkey are with him.
They are.
Son.
Wraps in. Oh, what a shame. He went for a huge double pike. That was a definite higher tariff than a 4.8. That's a 5.6. And if he'd have got his feet, hadn't put his hands down there, you could have been looking at medal number about 3 gold.
4 plus the team.
Today, he had some fantastic European
it's well, he obviously decided to go for broke. Actually, he wasn't too far off,
wasn't far
he?
off at all.
He just let go of the legs a little bit early.
Sanny Webers goes into the lead on beam with 13.8. These are big scores.
5.8 start. She got her difficulty given. Fantastic to see such a variety of performances.
Very elegant routine, that.
Well, Kovac scored a 13.833 in the all-around. This is Fionn Enkels of Belgium. Kovacs to come, Gadarova to come.
Oh, and that mount, you're meant to stop in the inverted position. She just let the legs flop over, so that won't be credited. I mean, she got a mount, but it won't be given the difficulty as if she'd stopped it. But that will be good triple spin. Confident in the sideways section. Good free walkover, but it's the little taps of the foot before a move that the judges deduct for these days. This is a bit of a new deduction you see here. You have to try and lift and go straight into things. She sort of took a couple, she took a little pause there and just didn't finish the free cartwheel straight.
Nasty fall, that.
Yeah, it is a bit of a nasty fall. The free cartwheel, because it's a move with a half turn, is quite hazardous when you're linking it to the backward element. Good style on those leaps, though. Full twisting, gainer dismount, not quite in the straight position in a pike. Well, wry smile there. She's gaining experience all the time, but that watch here, she should have held this position straight and it went all the way over. It became like a back hip circle round the beam.
Well, great experience. It's a first final. Again, great to see Belgium being represented.
We've said, haven't we, how impressed we've been with the Belgian team, both the men and the women. Adam Azale, third, 14.349. Third at the moment with 3 left to go. Gabriel Bertanetti of Romania now. And this lad was the 4th highest qualifier. He competed in the all-round as well, so interesting to see how tired his legs are.
Well, this is a gymnast that actually slipped on the top of the vault, if you remember, in the all-around.
Yeah, he sat down, didn't he? Yeah.
So, come on, let's hope for a safer outing. Oh, no problem at all there. The triple twist, hugely long as well. It was very efficient there, Chris.
Yeah, he wanted to put the memory of the vault in the all-around behind him, and he certainly did. He made sure plenty of chalk on his hands, planted them properly, blocked and made that triple twist. It was a bit ragged on the landing.
Well, sometimes when you watch the performer before, you just under-rotate, which happened to Azil. You know, you just say to yourself, right, make sure you give it plenty of welly down here, and he did. I mean, he did very well to save that because his feet were well under his hips.
He did very well not to fall off the end of the podium, actually, which just goes to show what a big, huge vault it was.
Yeah, we might just say overcooked it a little bit, but a lot better for the ankles.
He'll be pleased to have nailed that one, I'm sure.
Bertanetti, 14.333 for the first vault.
Second vault, Gabriel Bertanetti of
Following in
Romania.
the footsteps of the great Marianne Dragulescu. He was 4th at the World Championships, this lad on vault. He's been 5th at the Euros last year.
It's another big vault, 5-6, got the harness. Oh, very nice. The Dragulescu, named after his teammate, no pressure there then. Handspring double front with a half turn.
Impressive vaulting, actually. 2 very different vaults. Really a little bit ragged, but lots of potential, lots of power into this.
Almost.
Rolls round the half turn.
It looked like he was about 7/8 round, actually, when you see that.
Engel scores 11.433 after that fall on beam. Right, well, what does the next few minutes have in store for Zsofia Kovacs of Hungary? She was the 2nd highest qualifier. She took a silver in the all-round competition. But she has an opportunity here. She scored 13.833 in the all-around final. Sani Wavers leads this final on 13.8.
Well, a great opening series there. She does the change leg mount, straight into a change leg half and then a Corbett flip. And she didn't hesitate at all. It was really well performed. Free cartwheel into the back flip. And again, very smooth and very positive. Oh, just a little wobble on that second jump. But the link was there, and that's how they build this difficulty. Very nice on the double spin, and she stepped forwards that time, made sure of it. A good side somersault. And you see, she keeps herself moving all the time. Step, lovely height on that change leg leap. She's really a very beautiful gymnast in all aspects. A true all-rounder. This has been lovely work. Good, strong double tuck dismount. I think that will challenge hard for the top spot.
It'll be close, very, very close.
Yeah. That was a better routine for me, in my opinion, than she did in the all-around where she scored the 13.8.
Yeah, and she got the foot round on the twist.
On the spin, yeah.
For me, it had a bit of everything. My favourite routine so far, again, such a fantastic all-round performer. And you could see when she got beaten the all-round by Jess, she was absolutely devastated. Yeah. And but come back fighting. Don't forget, this is, you know, multiple days of competition. To perform a routine like that was great.
Now, the only little thing there was in slow motion, and I'm sure the judges won't have been able to see it, but her feet on the change leg half, she didn't get her feet all the way round to let parallel with the beam. They were a little bit off.
14.449 for Bertonetti. He's in third at the moment. Artur Davtyan of Armenia leads this final. Could it be gold for him for the first time for Armenia? Next up, Luca Giubellini, 20 years old, from Switzerland. Did well to qualify for this final.
Well, traditionally see the Swiss in P-bar and high-bar finals, so great to be here on vault. Oh, very nice, another double front half turn. Just a little bit low on landing to ones we've seen have time to kick out, but it's just 20 years of age.
20 years old, Luca Giubellini. He was born in the town.
Giubellini, he scored 14.5 in qualification for that vault.
Well, lots of power and commitment. Just a tiny bit short on rotation. So 1, 2, he just needed to be a little bit higher to not have to do a deep squat on landing.
He got a good block though, but that sort of lost his rotation a bit. He went up as opposed to over.
Yeah. You could see it really was quite a deep landing. Great determination to put your feet down like that and hold
the force going through your legs from that height. And a lot of these gymnasts are going to get a massive experience from, you know, the first major championships, and to qualify for finals, that's what it's all about. It's not for the Europeans now. It's when you put your hand up and you're performing at the Olympic Games. So he's done a great job there.
This new generation of Swiss gymnasts, we've said earlier, but they're really impressing on the men's side.
So just waiting for the judges to get set, and there, it's a 14.5. He's done well. 5.6 difficulty. That's a good score for such a difficult vault. Second vault. He opted for something slightly easier in qualification. Went for a 5.2. Here he goes.
Another powerful approach, looks focused. Oh, well done. He did well to save that again, the 2.5 twist. Just that step back, but again, really well experienced to save those vaults. He could have easily put his hands down or sat back on either of those, so good credit to this young man, and I'm sure we'll see a lot more of him.
Absolutely. See Jake Jarman there giving him a handshake at the end of that. I'm sure they've been together on many a kind of junior competition. He'll be aware of them.
very soon now.
So the 2.5, and like you said, Craig, he could have sat that down very easily. Lots of determination.
Oh, Zofia Kovacs, 13.5.
That's a surprise for all of us, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, last to go in this women's beam final is Great Britain's Jessica Gadarova. Gold in the all-round, gold with the women's team, and this her first of 2 finals today. 13.8 is the golden score at the moment.
Now that's how you do that mount. Stall in the upright position. Good, positive movement from Jess. This is important, this series. 1, 2, 3. Yep, she got the series, and that builds the difficulty. Now she needs to make the triple spin here. 1, 2, 3. Actually, she did that beautifully. It was a little bit hesitant in the all around, but that was fantastic. Oh, free walkover, just a little wobble. And she would have hoped to join these 2 jumps to the free walkover. Now we have to see the acrobatic series. Here it comes. Back flip, layout somersault. Again, just the slightest of wobbles, but she holds it firm. She's got very good body movement on the beam, not just arms and legs, but the whole body. The free cartwheel, she just looks a little bit more hesitant today than she did in the previous 2 competition days. But now, big focus, Jess, on this dismount. Nice straight round off, double pike. Oh, and that is very untypical of her. Hands down, well.
Oh, what a shame for Jessica Gadarova. Of course, not the routine she would have hoped to have performed here. But she'll quickly switch her attentions because she's got floor coming up.
Did a fabulous start to the routine though, guys. Plenty of confidence on that triple spin. That is so difficult. And you know what? It just goes to prove that the best gymnasts in Europe, they make mistakes.
Yep.
You know, these guys are not robots. She's had a very heavy programme.
Giubilini scores a 14.2. Rounding off the men's vault final is Jake Jarman. He's the current European vault champion, looking to retain his title. Come on, Jake. Vault number 1. Go on, son.
The most difficult vault you'll see in this competition. 3.5 twist, wraps in. Oh, and that's how you do it! Well done, Jake! He struggled a bit in qualification. He struggled to keep on his feet. He performed it fantastic in the all-around. And what about that, Matt?
Well, absolutely superb. And look at him. He's so focused. He's not celebrating too early.
Well, I think that's the best I've seen him do this vault, because previously he's had to squeeze that last little half round or the last quarter. But this was really clean. Up, round, you know, shoulders and feet were round. We've seen him land it with the shoulders not quite there.
Well, they lose a 0.1 for stepping into the red. Probably a 0.3 step, I'd say. But don't forget, that vault is 4/10 up from the majority of the people. Navyatan, who's leading, had a 5.6. That was a 6.
So inquiry for Zofia Kovac.
Huge difficulty. And the next vault is going to be all on execution.
All the GB teams watching there, cheering him on.
Look at that, 15.2. It's the highest score of the day on vault. Now, can he keep the consistency and can he retain the European vault title? He's just mentally rehearsing. He's going through it.
Great Britain.
What will the next few seconds have in store for Great Britain's Jake Jarman? It's all on this vault.
Well, it's a double front with a half turn. He nailed this in qualification. Just try and control the nerves. Blocks in. Oh, and that step back, it's a good vault. This is going to be so close.
Well, the score to beat is 15.033. Keep your eyes on the scoreboard. Has he done enough?
For me, he has the height and the chest up on the landing over the others. Yes, there's that step back, it's a 0.3, but the rest of the vault, Chris, it was phenomenal.
It was. He rotates so fast, doesn't he? His chest up from the platform, like after he's blocked here, the speed he manages to get his chest up and into the double front is quite amazing. Look, up he comes, and then he spins that out. He's not even back to the height of the platform when he makes that half turn out. Fantastic work.
And he's not the most muscular built gymnast that you see, but he's super efficient and so powerful.
Look, he's kicked out with the half turn before he's back to the height of the platform. Tremendous.
Well, he deserves to retain the title.
Coach there, Ben Howells. They've got a great partnership, those two.
Jessica Gadarova scores a 12.166, and Kovacs' score has gone up as well to 13.7, which knocks Ondina Champon down into fourth.
We did think Kovacs' score was quite low, so...
We did, and you can protest the difficulty score, which they obviously did.
So Sani Wavers is victorious in the women's beam. Kovacs there, you can see confirmation, 13.7. She'll take the bronze medal, and Esposito, the 16-year-old, takes the silver. So all eyes on the scoreboard over on vault. Dabchan leads 15.033.
To the medal award ceremony and honor gymnasts, we invite you to go to the mixed zone as soon as possible. We're still waiting for the...
It's second, it's 15.016. But there's your champion, Artur Dabchan. For the first time, he becomes European champion. He's had a couple of silvers and a bronze, but he's never been the champion of Europe. But this is his day, this is his time. The highest qualifier at 30 years old is victorious. Jake Jarman takes the silver and Igor Radovilov the bronze for Ukraine. Jake just couldn't do it. I mean, it was absolutely phenomenal, his vaulting, but you can't take it away from Dabchan, can you, at 30 years old? I said there that it's his first European title. He's tried and tried and tried, and that, I mean, that's it, isn't it? Just be tenacious and keep going. Yeah, it was an incredible vault final, and to see those scores so close together, yes, it's a silver, but Jake knows how close he is, and it was literally down to little steps, but he's got the calibre of vaults there, and he's got plenty of time to consolidate them. I mean, it's hard to put into context, Gianni, how difficult that vault is.
It's one of the hardest, you know, hence why it's a 6 start value. But again, that also makes it very hard to land. And as you can see there, Jake just took a slight step to the side, going over that red line, which really would have just been the difference between a silver and a gold medal. Yeah, and I think Jake will have well understood that Dabchan was the champion on the day. Yeah, 100%. I mean, Jake went out there, he left it all on the vault, and you know, it was so close, but you know, this is gymnastics and this is a vault final. Yeah, the narrowest of margins. And Harry Hepworth for Great Britain was also, he represented well as well, but you know, it hasn't really been his championships, has it? The timing and not being, you know, so well and what have you. I'm sure the wake of all of that would have gone into play today. Obviously, he had a fantastic qualification. I think he can take a lot from that. He hit some good scores, but then he was a little bit unwell, and that just may be the difference, that, you know, he has been a little bit affected by that. Yeah. And, you know, there's still a lot of positive things to take from this, and I'm sure he can keep moving forwards. OK, well, let's have a look at Harry's vaults. That's the first one, Beth. Yeah, I mean, just unfortunately that was the second one that he has issues with, and just didn't quite have enough time to block
and get the full twist in. Obviously, we saw Davitan do that vault as well and just had that slight pop off the vault, which gives you more airtime to complete the twist and see the landing. We've seen Harry do that vault. We know he's capable of it. And like Gianni said, he'll take a lot from... It's very different competing with your teammates around you, being in that team environment, to suddenly being out there in a vault final. Yeah. Yes, he had Jake with him, but it's a very different vibe being in an individual final.
Yeah, as a bronze medalist at the Euros yourself, Johnny, you'll know the pressure that's on that second vault. And for Davitan to know that he had it literally in the bag if he could just deliver, I mean, this was enormous.
Yeah, it was a fantastic vault, and again, you just see there how much height he gets, you know, from that vault, and he's got enough time in the air to get the twist round. He opens out. For me, there's not many deductions you can take. Obviously, the judges will always take something, but it was an incredible vault.
Across on beam, and wasn't a great story for Great Britain. On Dean, look, I mean, it looked to me like she was in third, and then